Welcome to Quandary Productions Film School. This week we'll be discussing top 10 tips to improve your directing. It's easy to fall into the trap of believing everything you say is gospel when you're a director. It can work against you though. To simply assume everyone on set is there just to scratch your creative itch. By collaborating with actors and crew, and encouraging creative input from all involved, you welcome more possibilities, more ideas, and can create something more original as a result. Just because you're passionate doesn't mean everyone else will be automatically. It's important to consider the opinions of others because frankly, there will always be members of crew who know more than you in a certain field. You're never really taught how to be a director. Really what it boils down to is how you stage a scene. Where you position your actors, your camera, what you want placed in the frame, how you plan to progress the scene from start to finish. This is what directing really is. I learned early on that no matter how experienced an actor is, allowing them to run wild with a scene and imprint their own personality on a take or two, or in rehearsals, will give you more options in the edit and usually bring about a new approach that you hadn't thought of. It allows them to focus less on dialogue and more on the character's objectives, seeing the scene with fresh eyes, something that would have to be premeditated when simply working from script. In film school, you work on each other's crews to cycle through every role on set and learn from one another. This is incredibly useful. Try to master everything you can, from budget to schedule, camera to sound, lighting to editing. It will empower you to know what is possible, and enable you to make creative decisions when faced with resource constraints. This applies to acting too. Being able to understand the challenges that your talent face means that you're all working to make each other's jobs easier. Production is the most fun and most integral part of making a film. What you're not told though is that you should do most of the work before you arrive. Considering staging, writing notes for actors, discussing character, planning the positioning of everything before the day, you'll save a great deal of time by being prepared, which means you can spend even longer on perfecting each scene on the day. Never stop soaking up new information or trying to improve the skills you do have. If you want to be a director, read books on technique, on directors' approaches, about the world at large, and put that to use when you make a film. Most importantly, you have to watch films to learn how to make them, but do it the right way. One of the best ways to watch a film is with the sound off. This film viewing approach will make you aware of every camera setup, including angles, shot sizes, and movements. The goal is to deconstruct the film by paying attention to the countless little details that come together to make the film what it is, so you too can make your own work of art. You'll learn very quickly that making a film is incredibly time consuming. There's a lot of waiting around, frustration over weather conditions or sound considerations. Sometimes a performance or setup won't be working and so you have to take a step back and change your approach. If you lose your cool, it will negatively affect everyone. You have to remain calm and patient even if you feel like it's all falling apart. There appears to be a myth among amateur filmmakers that directors should tiptoe around their actors and crew. Knowing what you want in terms of performance, camera, production design and music doesn't mean you'll have complaints from anyone. Quite the opposite. It's more likely that you'll get respect and support from cast and crew for the fact that you've expressed exactly what you're all working toward. The job of an actor is to open up their innermost vulnerable selves and bring that out and put it up on screen, and then do it again and again for multiple takes. So actors need to feel safe and supported. It takes a certain amount of trust and it's up to you to create. If they trust you as a director, then they will give you gold in terms of their performance. By all means be influenced by other filmmakers and artists, but think about how you want to tell the story or what you want to say about the world. A director like David Lynch would shoot a scene completely differently to a director like Martin Scorsese. So what's your style? What's your voice? And more importantly, how do you want to be remembered through your work?